I want to make something clear to the general public, something that I don't think the general public really understands. There are three separate components to the idea of Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, the slogan, Black Lives Matter, the movement that was built up around that slogan, and then you have Black Lives Matter, the organization. Black Lives Matter, the slogan, and Black Lives Matter, the movement are two connected issues. The organization that was built up around the idea of Black Lives Matter at this point in time has absolutely nothing to do with the other two slogans. The Black Lives Matter organization is not the Black Lives Matter movement. The ideology that was built up around the Black Lives Matter organization is really basically radical feminism. The reason people got into the streets was fighting against white supremacy and police brutality, not patriarchy. It started with Trayvon Martin. Even though Trayvon Martin wasn't killed by a police officer, he was killed by a man who was behaving like one. That incident created worldwide awareness to the dangers that black men face against over-policing and being demonized and stereotyped as potential threats by people, whether they were police officers or not. When Mike Brown was killed in Ferguson, what happened then was you saw a worldwide movement that became uprisings in different cities, starting in Ferguson and then erupting around the world. The people who came into Ferguson that eventually formed the organization of Black Lives Matter saw that as a way to get attention for themselves. These people were connected, they were media savvy, and they knew how to work the media. They know how to look good on CNN. They know how to create hashtags and take viral moments and move them into mainstream media and present themselves as the spokespeople for what was going on the ground. They were able to shift attention from work on the ground into theory. When you shift attention in from ground-based work into theory, you can fit that theory into anything you want it to, and it doesn't have to have any basis in reality or the material conditions of the people on the ground. When you shift focus from work into theory, you can create concepts that are so vague that you can go and take those two organizations that will fund you. Because if you make the language vague enough, they'll go along with it because they think they're supporting something on the ground. Because the people on the ground are too busy trying to survive to counter that. And once you center yourself as a spokesperson for everything that's going on in the media and everything that's going on in the ground, people who may not have any other idea what's going on are going to come directly to you, and they're going to expect you to be the gatekeeper to tell people on the ground or people who are going to be putting in work, and also people who are going to be giving out funds, where those funds go. In the meantime, the people who started the movement begin to fall through the cracks. You get people like a Darren Seals, who had the energy and fire of the people on Ferguson and had a Fred Hampton energy get pushed to the wayside because he doesn't know how to speak to the media, or he doesn't use all the correct buzzwords that the people who have the theory have, and they don't jive with the theory, so they automatically get kicked out. And they automatically get shunned until they die, and then their bodies can be used for propaganda. You have brothers like Josh Williams, who end up doing an 8-year sentence basically for protesting, but they don't have any kind of support from the people who raised all this money for supposedly bail funds and to help people who get affected by protesting. You have people who demand accountability for where these funds are going and how they're helping the people, and they're able to push back against that or go radio silent for years. So, to recap, Black Lives Matter, the slogan, Black Lives Matter, the movement, and Black Lives Matter, the organization are three entirely separate things. Once we have an understanding of that idea, then we can move forward. Once there's accountability, then we can move forward. Y'all be good.